Okay, I think we can start today's session. So before the training start, I will give you a brief introduction. So this one will be the second phase of the software training. First phase, I think most of you guys attend for the first phase as well. We discuss about CDO and GrADS. So now you have like some idea about NetCDF and like how to manipulate the NetCDF files. So this training will be focused on like remote sensing and geographic information system. So for this one, you will learn regarding remote sensing, like image processing, how to process the satellite images and how to do a simple classification and change detection and temperature analysis. For this one, we will use ENVI 5.0. And if you have like higher version of softwares, it's also fine. I think you already installed these softwares. You have to install 3 softwares. One is ENVI, other one is ArcGIS, and the other ArcMap, and the other one is QGIS. And you also need to register for the Google Earth engine, and also you have to download Google Earth Pro. So for the GIS techniques, we will use ArcMap fundamentals, and then how to make a map, how to like use data for modeling, and also QGIS applications. And in the Google Earth, we will discuss about Landsat and Sentinel data, how to analyze this data, and how to do a supervised classification. And then for the specialized tool, we will discuss about NetCDF data handling on ArcMap, and then how to do simple indices calculation like normalized difference vegetation index, NDVI, or NDWI, normalized difference water index, and then precipitation analysis, and also hotspot mapping. So next, so here we have all the tools that we need: ArcGIS, QGIS, ENVI, and Google Earth. So Google Earth, you will have to register for Google Earth engine account. So it will take a few minutes for the registration as well. And for Google Earth, Google Earth, you will have to download. And then those are the tools that we are going to discuss. And it will prepare you for real world challenges in meteorology and environmental sciences. Because another thing I have to say, like for this training also around like 300 students submit the application. But I have selected you guys because you all know like your major are related to these softwares. You really need to know about these things. That's why I give you the chance. And then we have 5 facilitators for this training. Our first facilitator is Mr. Emmanuel. I think you all know him. He's a third-year PhD candidate in 3S integration and in meteorological applications. So his expertise lies on like remote sensing, GIS, land use, land cover changes, and in research and teaching assistant as in University of Ghana, and commercial performance analysis in Vodafone of Ghana as well. So he will conduct the 5 sessions regarding remote sensing and GIS basics from March 8 to March 23rd. And next up we have Mr. Pasindu Liyanage. He is also a second-year PhD candidate in atmospheric remote sensing. So he also has the expertise in GIS analysis, Google Earth Engine, and satellite data querying. So he has the experience in Center for Defense Research and Development in Sri Lanka as a GIS analyst, and he will do the training from March 30 to April 6 related to Google Earth Engine. And next up we have Ms. Charafa. So she is also a third-year PhD candidate in 3S integration in meteorology, and he has expertise in agricultural as an agricultural engineer for environmental project as advisor for this agricultural bank of Morocco. So she will take the training from April 12 to April 27 regarding geospatial data and how to use this data in ArcMap. So next we have our fourth facilitator, Ms. Simonas. So he is a first-year PhD candidate in 3S integration and applied and meteorology. So he has the experience in Center for Climate Research and Development in Pakistan. So she will take the training from May 3rd to May 17th regarding data management and calculating of these indices and how to do simple hotspot analysis. And then we have our last facilitator, Princella. Miss Princella, so she is also from 3S integration in meteorology, and she has the expertise on GIS, Geo Information Science, and storytelling through maps. So his expertise lies on masters in geoinformation science in University of Ghana, and he's a coordinator of the African Women's in GIS. So these are our facilitators, and if you need to know more, like if you need to invite someone to the training, or if you know someone who is really in need of this training, you can go with our three respective representatives, like PhD representative, master's representative, and our bachelor's representative. So you can contact them and inform them regarding those guys. So that's all. With that thing, I will invite our first facilitator, Mr. Emmanuel, to conduct today's session. Thank you, guys.
Fundamental training course. And basically, this course is designed for mostly the starters. So we are just going to introduce you to the few concepts of remote sensing and GIS. And I'm sure most of us, in fact, 99% of us apply it in our various fields, no matter whether you're in the atmospheric sciences or you're in the business science or anywhere you find yourself. You're going to use this course. And we are going to use these tools because here is a meteorology school. And I believe you all know that. So no matter what you do, you either add a few bits of atmospheric science variable to your work. So basically, I'm just going to use some few minutes, just 5 minutes to introduce the course. Then we'll just dive into the application because I don't like talking too much. It's all about practical, which is the most important thing here. So basically, we'll start with remote sensing actually, because for the first 2 weeks, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, we are going to start with remote sensing, and then which basically helps you to gain some fundamentals of how to process an image when you acquire from the website. That's a spatial image or spatial data. And before, we all know that normally when you're doing analysis, you look at spatial-temporal. That is spatial and temporal skills, right? So you'll be needing these kinds of tools for the spatial aspects, and then probably for the temporal, probably be using Python or SPSS or any other software that you are good in. So in your various fields, whether you're in the environmental science, whether you're in the atmospheric science, whether you're in the business side, you actually come across these kinds of tools, remote sensing tools. Most of us are familiar with QGIS, Quantum GIS, and then ArcGIS, right? And then the new one, which is ArcGIS Pro, which for the purpose of this course, you're just focusing on only ArcGIS. You're only focused on ArcGIS, not the Pro. Yeah, and I know some of you are experts as well. We have experts here as well. So this, as I said, is a fundamental course. So I'll plead with the experts to just calm down. Okay, I know a few of us here are very good in these tools. So in this section, we are going to look at the pre-processing stage of remote sensing. So basically, remote sensing is the process of acquiring image without getting into contact with the image. Okay, so let's say if you want to acquire an image of, let's say, Myanmar, or an image of Ghana, or an image of Morocco, or any other country, you will, without going there, you need to just use remote sensing data to process them. Okay, and we are going to teach you how to do that. Okay, at the end of this course, you'll be an expert in processing images. You also be an expert in creation of steady area map, as well as doing your own analysis without asking people for help. Anyway, and I believe most of you are here because of attendance, which is also fine, but try and get the knowledge to also help you as well. All right, so we are going to base this session on instances. So let's say your supervisor or your boss at work wants to do analysis of a particular area, and he seeing that you are an expert in remote sensing or you're an expert in GIS. And so let's say I want to look at how land classes or land features like built-ups, vegetation, which is more of farmlands, forests, or grasslands, have changed across time. Maybe looking at maybe 1990s to 2020s, let's say 2024, 2023, 2022. The question is, how are you going to do it? So the first stage is to look for your data. Okay, remote sensing deals with data. GIS deals with data. Okay. When I say data, I mean spatial data. Okay. So first, you need to look at the data. The question is, where are you going to get the data from? There are a lot of data hovering around the universe. Okay, there's no way you are not going to get the data for a particular phenomenon or a particular feature unless you search for it. Okay, so the best point of reference is Google. We all know Google, right? So when you go to Google, just type, maybe you want an image of, let's say, Ghana, or an image of, let's say, some part of Pakistan, or an image of some part of Bangladesh, right? You are going to type, if it is Pakistan, just type Pakistan. And then it gives you websites you can download the image. Some are free online. Some you need to purchase them. Okay, so in purchasing them, for the ones, you are going to use the one which is free, okay, because you are students and you don't have money, right? So you are going to use the ones which are free. So images like Landsat, Moody's, Sentinel, and a few are free, right? So you just need to download them, then you process them. All right. So now we are going to go into the practical section, right? Now I'm going to teach you how to download the image. Okay. So you can open your browser, any browser you have at all, whether it's Chrome or Edge or any of them. You can just open your browser. So I am going to open Chrome, okay, and I am going to go to Google. Okay, so okay, let me just, it's okay. Anyway, let me just use my, I'm projecting from, is this okay? Perfect, is it okay? Okay. All right, so I'm going to Google and let's say, so as I said, we are going to dwell on Landsat, okay? So you type USGS Earth Explorer. Like this. But I believe we've all downloaded the data. Okay, because I know that some of us might be having a poor internet connectivity. So I've downloaded all the data. I'm just going to show you how to download it. That's all. I'm not going to download it. Okay, so you type USGS Explorer like this. USGS Explorer. USGS Explorer. USGS Explorer. So when you're done typing USGS Explorer, just hit enter. Just hit enter. It depends on the internet connectivity. So when you type USGS, you see this results, right? You see this results. All right, so you can just go to the Earth Explorer option. Okay, you can just go to the Earth Explorer option. Okay, just click on it. Okay, let me use the zoom this thing. Okay. Oh, okay. I think maybe it has a zoom. I think it has a zoom. Magnify. I don't want the magnify. Just down. But, oh,
Can use control one.
oh, okay.
Right.
Mhm. Okay.
And like you can hold the control and go
Oh,
like this.
oh,
If you need to hide it. And if you need to exit.
oh. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so you just click on the USGS Explorer here. Network. Let me just use this one. This one is very fast. Network is very slow here. I think I have to use yours. Do you have the data in there? Yes. Let me just use yours. Just be here. You are presenting, right? Yeah, I want to. I'll use this one. I'll use this piece here. Okay. It has two, right? Showing now. I think at this stage you can see it. Yeah, unless I switch to the other one that they can't see. So the zoom in is control.
Yeah. Zoom control +1.
Okay.
It will zoom, and you can use that cursor to like hold
Okay.
like this. If you zoom like now it's zoom,
Okay.
so it will highlight. And if you hold control and like draw in the screen, it will draw.
Oh, okay.
Control 1.
Okay, okay.
And then even you can like highlight.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Is the VPN connected?
Just change the region of VPN, maybe just issue.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. All right, so initially I said you go to Google. You go to Google and then you are going to type USGS Explorer, right? Earth Explorer, this one. All right, then you select the first option. All right, so this window appears to you. Do you all see it? This window. Okay, so I think it's still loading. All right, so this window appears to you, right? I think it's loading for the globe side. All right, and this, you see this image as well, this satellite image. All right, so you can see that at your left-hand side, there are some few information in here. Okay, so most of the time here is also a data hub that we download special data. Okay, so in case you want to download a particular data, you just need to either search by the name of the data, and then you are going to select the date that you are looking for. You can select a date range, okay, in here. You can select a date range in here, okay. You can select a date range in here, okay. And then here, you can also input the area name, okay. So if you are looking at maybe some parts of Asia or Africa or any other country, just type the name there. Okay, you can also type the town name there, okay. And then you are going to pick the date range, okay. Maybe if you are looking at 1991 or 1990 to maybe 2020, you just input the date range in there. When you are done, you can just select data sets, okay, which gives you a bunch of data sets in here, okay. You can see Landsat in there, you can see AVHRR and all other image or data in there, okay. So you just have to select the one that you want to work with, okay. So in our case, we are going to look at Landsat, okay. Landsat land cover data, okay. So you can see that there's a whole lot of collections in there that you can download from, okay. So the data that I sent you, I downloaded it from this site, okay. Downloaded from this site, okay. I'm just teaching how to download it. I'm not going to download any data. Yeah, so you just need to watch. Yeah. All right, so the next thing is there's another data that you can also get from the CDS Copernicus land cover data. That one has data from 1992 to present. And the other website that you can get maybe 1980s and stuff. So basically, when you need a data, just go to Google and then type the data that you need. It will give you the site, okay? Because this course is limited, there's no time for us to go through the download. There's only time for us to go through the pre-processing. Okay, so now we are going to the pre-processing. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example of sites that you can download images from, but we are not going to do that like how we did last academic year, no, because of our time constraints. All right, so now I sent you a data file. I believe all of you have downloaded it. Okay, so let me just show you the data file I sent to you. So I sent you a data. Okay, so I sent you a data. That is the RS GIS data. Okay, we are going to make good use of just the RS data for now. Okay, this RS data. So I sent it to you in a WinRAR file. So you just extract it and you see GIS data and RS data, right? So you extract it. If you haven't, you just need to download it right now. Okay. Now, I also gave you a software called ENVI, right? So we are going to launch the ENVI. We are going to launch the ENVI. Okay, so before that, the IMSA, this thing I gave you, the data I gave you, I named it RS GIS data, right? So you need to, if you don't have it, you need to just watch later, then you practice, okay? But if you have it, just extract it. Just extract it. So the software we installed last week, just open it. So here, you just have to type ENVI in here, okay? At your Windows search button, when you type ENVI, just type ENVI in there. Okay, I'm going back again. At your search bar, okay, or on your desktop, you see ENVI, right? ENVI 5.0. Okay. But if you don't see, just at your search bar, just type ENVI. 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 And you see that mostly it gives you ENVI plus IDL. It gives you ENVI. Okay, so select the one with ENVI 5.0. Don't select the one with ENVI plus IDL, no. Okay. Should I go back or is someone lost so far? Okay, so you just select that one, the ENVI.
Last you installed the software.
Yeah. Okay, so for those who have not installed it, the file I sent you, there is the file I directed you to. There is a place called Software Installation Guideline. It's there, so you can just watch the video and use it to install. Yeah, but the thing is that we gave you some few time to install, right? So who doesn't have the software yet?
Who doesn't have it yet?
Who doesn't have it? Who doesn't have the software?
Who doesn't have the software in the
Who doesn't have the ENVI? All of us have the ENVI, right? Okay. So yeah, so I'm coming to launch the ENVI again. I'm coming to launch the ENVI again. I'm coming to launch the ENVI again. Or is anyone having problem with the ENVI? Should I wait or I should go on? Should I wait or I should go on? Okay. Is anybody having problem with the ENVI? Okay, what's the problem? Come again? License. Okay, so when you were cracking it, I told you that normally put your antivirus off. So you need to put your antivirus off and then you crack it again. Yeah, so let me give you like 2 minutes to do that. Normally, if you don't add the ENVI directory to your antivirus exclusions, normally it gives you that error. So you need to either off your antivirus or you add the ENVI file to your exclusion, also to ask you for license again. So let me give you 2 minutes to launch your application. You've not actually started the program yet. So this is just surface. So we are just coming to start. Anybody having an issue with launching it? So you go to your search bar, you type ENVI, and then you select ENVI or ENVI 5.0. That's because she's not off his antivirus, so she needs to off it and crack it again for her. So where's the setup? Where's the setup?
Going to explain.
The antivirus. Yeah, using okay, cyber reason. Okay. You need to off it. Danish, you can come in. You off his antivirus. Okay. Okay. I will plead with everyone that normally when we give instruction, you need to follow it, or else we are going to delay. So it's best that normally if you have when you are installing a software and we invite you to come, just come and then let's do it, or else we are supposed to come back again to the installation and stuff, and we might end up not doing anything. So I'm saying it again. If you are using this software, you need to off your antivirus. So off it. That is, if you can't add to exclusion, just off it, or else it will give you problems. Okay. That is because the antivirus sees the software as a threat, and that is because you are using the cracked version. Okay, so let me give you some few moments to do that, then we continue. So you off your antivirus and then you crack it again. All right, so since the section is being recorded, we can continue. Okay, so just launch the ENVI software again. So just type ENVI. So it appears in there, right? Then just select it. All right, so you have this interface, right? And do you have this interface? Is anyone left behind so far? Okay, so this is the ENVI 5.0 application. Okay, so we decided to use ENVI 5.0 because normally it's best for starters. Okay, in the normal time we would have used like 5.6 or 5.7 or 8 or something, but this is best for those who are starting so that you can pick up from there and continue. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to the surface, just a quick introduction of the ENVI. If you want to open a file, okay, at your left top corner, you see that's file there, right? So it's that you click on file, and then you see open. You can open a file from there, right? All right. Shortcut is this, the one just under, the one with the yellow icon. you just want to open a file, just click on it. It opens this for you. Then you can navigate to where your file is hosted. Then you bring it in. Okay. So if you want to open a file, so as I said, you can just click on File, Open, shortcut, the yellow icon here. Just click on it. Then you can navigate to wherever your file is. Then you open it. Now, the next thing is there's this what we call the data manager. So when you load a file and you want to delete the file, or as soon as you load a file in the ENVI software, it appears here. Okay. If you want to delete it, you select it and you delete it. Okay, but in this case, you don't have any file in there, right? So we just leave it. Okay, we have the cursor, okay, the undo, which is common in everywhere, the redo, and then we have what we call zoom to full extent, okay, which is, I've not loaded anything, so it won't come up. Right. So we have a tool that, let me just, okay, let's hold on to that. So all these tools in here, okay, we are going to use a bit of it. We are not going to use most of it, but the most important thing is what we call the toolbar or the toolbox here. We are going to use a full, some few stuff in here to do our introduction, okay? And then we are going to make good use of this folder, the radiometric correction, which contains some pre-processing tools in here, okay? Yeah, so as time goes on, we are going to explore here a bit, okay? We are going to use this gap fill tool, okay? So please take note of that, which is under extension. Okay, here is the layer manager. Any file you load, it appears in here, okay? It appears in here. And then we have the edits, which is more of undo and redo. We have the display, okay? We are not going to use any of this, so I don't think you should focus on this. And we have the views, okay? So the views is basically gives you an interface where you can divide your screens into 3, 4, or 5. That enables you to compare images, okay? But for that one, maybe we are going to explore the 2 vertical view later. And then we have the help. So if you have anything like, this help contains every information about the software and the date it was released and everything. Okay, so this is basically a brief introduction of the ENVI software. Okay, so is there any question so far before we go on? I believe this is just something very simple, right? Okay, so now I'm going to do the actual work. So let's say your boss or your supervisor wants you to work on, let's say, temperature or precipitation in some part of Asia or in some part of Africa or anywhere. So he wants you to look at the drivers of precipitation or temperature. Let's take only temperature. Yeah. We know that land use, land cover change causes temperature, right? When temperature changes, right? From our fundamentals, these are those in the atmospheric sciences. Okay, so your boss says, maybe fine, what do you think? Maybe he consults you, he says, well, maybe I want to look at why the temperature in Nanjing is increasing and increasing across time. Why is it so? Yeah, probably in your hypothesis, you might say that, oh, it's because maybe there's land cover change. Okay, maybe urbanization is expanding. The greens are being cleared off. Okay, so basically, if the greens are being cleared off, buildings normally absorb heat, right? So basically, it's the buildings that is causing the heat. That's your hypothesis. The problem is how are you going to prove that your hypothesis is right or wrong? Okay, so the first thing to do is to look at how the area has changed across time. Nanjing in 1990 will not be Nanjing, it will be different from Nanjing now, right? Nanjing 1990, things have changed, right? You can see places where there were bushes are now being occupied by people, right? Yeah, so but basically we are going to look at the changes and how it causes temperature change, okay? So looking at the changes, you need to look at the data, okay? So in the folder I sent you, I sent you a folder, okay? In the folder that I sent you, we have GIS data and RS data, okay? Do we all have the data? So if you don't have, I'll just put it in the group right now. You have the data, okay. Open the RS data. RS data. You open the RS data. Okay, so when you open the RS data, you see New Ghana district, you see LE07, you see LT04, right? Do you see it? Or you don't see it? Okay. Do we all see it? Do we all see it? Or we don't see it? It's only zoom in. So do you see this file? Do you see it? Or it's not in there? It's in there, right? Okay. Now we are going to, so this, you quite remember that we went to the USGS site, So I downloaded those images from this site. Okay. As I said, there's no time for us to go through this, right? So the one with the LT04, if you don't have it, let me know. So I'll just post it in the group right now. So you don't have it, okay? I'm posting it in the group right now. I'm posting it in the group right now. Dennis, you need to. Okay, so I've posted it in the group, but we need to continue because we gave it to you a long time ago.
And the other thing, we give like 1 or 2 weeks for you guys to download.
Okay, so for those who don't have it, just watch. Okay, later you can practice it. All right, so the one with the LT04, okay, you right click, okay, and then you are going to select extract to LT04. Extract to LT04. You right click. You extract to LT04. Okay, so you can see that it has added a folder, okay, which basically means it's being extracted. Okay, so let me give you 1 minute to do that. So you can just right click, you select extract to LT04. So you right click. I'm just repeating the steps. You extract to LT04. It creates a new folder for you in here. Okay, do you see the folder? All right. Can I go on or I should wait a bit? Can I go on? Okay. You open the folder. You see that it gives you some files, right? It gives you some files. Okay. So these are basically Landsat files. Okay. So when the satellite takes the images, it stores them in bands. Okay. So you see B1, B2 at the end of the list. You see B1, B2, and stuff. Okay. So when a satellite takes an image, it saves them in bands. Okay. So we have band 1, this is band 1, B1, band 2, up to band 7 or 8, depending on the satellite you're working with. Okay. So you can see that there are other files attached to them. So these are more of supplementary files. Okay, they are more of which we are going to make good use of. There's one supplementary file, we call it metadata, but that one we'll get there. Okay. So now let's go back to the ENVI. So now we are going to do the first practical thing. We are going to import the file, one file in here. Okay. We are going to import one file in here. Can I go on? Okay. So you remember I showed you how to open, right? So that yellow icon in here, this yellow icon, okay, the yellow icon I showed you, right? The yellow icon. You select it. Okay, it opens this dialog window for you. Okay, I don't know where you saved your file, but I know where I saved mine. It's where you extracted your file. Go there. Okay, for me, I saved my file in my name, and then I just go to where you extracted your file. Okay. All right. Okay. So are you at where you saved your file? Yeah, so you navigate to that site now. Okay, so each of these have some names attached to them, right? So the LT is the sensor name, okay? The LT, that is Landsat Thematic Mapper, okay? The LT is the sensor name. Let me zoom in. Okay, so the LT you see in here, okay, is the sensor name. So this is Landsat Thematic Mapper 4. The sensor name is what is this? Okay. All right, so the next thing I want you to know is that every image has part and row, okay? In Excel, we call it row and columns, right? Okay. So in this image, the part is 193, okay? And then the row is 056, but this one is not important, okay? What's important is the date, okay? So this image date normally comes after the part and the row. So after the 56, you see that 1991 in here, right? So the image was captured in 1991. So this is a 1991 image. Okay. So the 1991 image here, then 01 represents January, right? And then 10, which is 10, is October. Okay. Sorry, it's 10th. Okay, so 10th January 1991. Should I go through it again? Oh, we are okay. Should I go through it again? All right. Okay. The LT, okay, is the sensor name. Okay, so this is Landsat Thematic Mapper 4. Okay, that sensor name is for Thematic Mapper 4. So Landsat 4 in other words. Landsat 5 is this, and 7 and 8 and so on. 1991 represents the year the image was taken. Okay, so we are going back in time. 01 represents the month, which is January, right? And then 10 is the day, the 10th. So that means 10th January 1991, the image was taken. Okay, the rest is not important. Okay. However, you see 2017, that's the day it was processed. But it's not important. But I was to confuse you with this. So just forget about this one and focus on this, the acquisition date. Okay. Can I go on? Okay. All right, let me go back to it. Okay. And at the end of each of them, for instance, let me see this one. At the end of each of them, okay, at the end of each of them, you will see that, as I said, the Landsat takes the image in bands. So you see at the end, you see B1. Okay, this represents band 1. Okay, you see B2. This represents band 2. You see B3. It represents band 3. B4 represents band 4, and so on. Okay. Okay. So when you see T1, B6, okay, this is mostly a thermal band. A thermal band is basically used for temperature analysis. So this is the thermal band for Landsat 4 and 5 and 7 as well. But however, Landsat 8 and 9, I think is band 10 or so, which is a thermal band. But for now, it's not important because we've not gotten to temperature analysis yet. So our aim here is to look at how Nanjing has changed. I'm using Nanjing, but this one is going to be a place in Accra. So I'm just going to use the Ghanaian community. All right, so now you see the one with the B2. Okay, you select that one in the ENVI. So I'm coming to do that. You can watch and I'll give you time to do it. You click on open, okay? You navigate to where your file is. Okay, so I think I opened the wrong file. Let me do it again. Okay, so the one with the B2, okay, you select it. Okay, so first you go to open. I'm repeating the steps again. You go to where your file is. You select the one with the last name B2. Okay, you select that one and you click open. Okay, so you can see that it has appeared in your interface, but some places black, right? Some places black and some places black and white. Okay. All right. So have you all loaded it? Have you loaded it yet? Or I should wait a bit? Okay. Now in the tool, you see this. In the toolbox here, you see this, the one with a magnifier on it. Do you see it? The one with the magnifier. This. Okay, so that's the zoom to full extent. So once you click on it, it orients the image so you can see the entire aspect of the image. So you just click on that. You just click on that. Okay, so you can see that the image has been fully oriented. Okay. Now, who can tell me what's wrong with this image? What's wrong with this image? Okay, it's not clear. There's nothing on it. Okay, what else? What else? So we all agree it's not clear, right? Okay. All right. So the reason why it's not clear is because this image has been distorted. Okay. So there are some particles in the atmosphere we call aerosols, okay, which basically disrupts the images taken by a satellite. Okay. So the process of removing all these distortions or errors is what we call calibration. Okay. So we are coming to do calibration, the process by which we remove all distortions or errors from the satellite image. Okay. We call it calibration. Okay. So our first step in pre-processing is called calibration. Okay. So calibration is the process of removing errors from the satellite image. Okay. All right. Can we go on? Okay. So now the next step is that we are going to this toolbox. Okay. We are going to visit this toolbox. Okay. In the toolbox, do you see another R column? Do you see radiometric correction? Radiometric correction. This. Radiometric correction. Another R column. Or another R row. It's a column, right? So you see radiometric correction, right? And you see a plus sign beside it, right? Click on that plus sign beside the radiometric correction. So we are going to perform calibration. As I said, we are going to remove all distortions from the image, okay, or all errors. So when you click on that plus sign, it gives you what? A pop-up menu, right? Or a drop-down menu. So we are dealing with Landsat, okay? So you are going to calibrate the Landsat. Yes. Okay. So you double-click on calibrate Landsat. All right, so it opens a dialog window for you, right? Yeah, you double click on calibrate Landsat. I'm going to do it again. Okay, so under your toolbox in the R section, the R column, you see radiometric correction. There's a plus sign beside it, right? You expand it, okay, and you navigate to radiometric calibrate Landsat. Sorry, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth option, right? You double click on it and it opens this dialog window for you, right? So you see that the file that you brought in is there, right? It's automatically there, right? Which file? The band 2. The band 2. The band 2 you brought in right now. So that's the band 2 you brought in, because that's the only file you brought in the ENVI software, right? Can we go on? Okay. Now, this Landsat calibration input file basically asks you, yes, if you want to perform a calibration, on which file do you want to perform it on? All right. So it's obvious that there's only one file there. Okay. When you do, okay, so when your toolbox is missing, well, how come you missed it? Okay. No, it will still be missing anyway. So when you go to the display, do you see the toolbox there? When you go to the display at the top there, is it there? When you go to the display or views, one of them, because normally when you lose it, it has to be around that side. Because I've not closed mine, I might not see mine here. So you can either check display or views to bring it back. Yeah. And when the toolbox is missing, look at it. Look, you just have to click on this arrow. There's an arrow in here at the middle. Okay. So when you are done, the next thing to do is this thing. You select this. Okay, you select the band, which is the only image there. You select the band, which is the only image there. Okay. Can we go on? And then you click OK. Okay, so it opens this dialog window for you. Right, this dialog window. Okay, so do we all have something like this? Do you all have something like this? All right, so basically the software wants to calibrate. Okay, if you started the software, you want to calibrate. So the software basically needs all this information to do your calibration. Okay, the question is, how are you going to get this information? Okay, please remember this. Anytime you download an image, okay, it has a file we call metadata file. Okay, so metadata file basically contains all the information about the image you've downloaded. Okay, so it has the sensor name and everything in here. Okay, so now I'm going to locate our metadata file. Okay, I'm going to locate our metadata file. Now, you need to go to the folder you extracted your images. Okay, so you go to that folder. So this folder, I mean this folder. Okay, this folder. Do you have this folder, right? Okay, there is a file with the ending MTL. Okay, a file ending is MTL. This file. Then the last name is MTL. Okay, .tst. Do you see it? The last name is MTL. Let me zoom in so that maybe those of us who can't see at the back. Yeah. The file is what T1 underscore MTL .tst. The last name is MTL. Do you see it? All right. We are going to open that file, but please don't open. Okay, hold on. All right, so you right click on that file. Right click, not left click. Okay. You right click on that file. Okay. You go to open with. Open with, yeah. You go to open with. Okay. If you have Notepad, you can open with Notepad. No, not Notepad. WordPad. If you have WordPad, you can open with WordPad. If you have WordPad, you can open with WordPad. You can open with Notepad, it's okay. Let's just open. If you have WordPad makes it easy for you to search for the information. But you can, if you have Notepad, you can open with Notepad. Or you can open with Word if you want to. Let me just open with the Word. You can open with Notepad, WordPad, Word, but the Notepad does not give you a search, right? So it's best you use WordPad. But if you don't have WordPad, you can use Notepad. It's okay. If you don't have WordPad, you can use Notepad. I think Windows 10 has WordPad, right? But Windows 11 might not have WordPad. Okay, so if you have Notepad or WordPad or Microsoft Word, it's fine. It's fine. You can open with any of them. Come again? Yeah, you can use that one too. It's fine. Yeah, so it displays what the information about satellite in here. Okay. Mind if you're using Notepad, you won't be able to do the search, right? You won't be able to do the search unless you use maybe Word file or anything. Okay. So to make life easier for you, just use Microsoft this thing. If you have Word document, you can use Word to open it. Okay. Or if you have WordPad, that would be easier for you. Yeah. Can I go on? Or I should start again? Okay. All right. So let's go back to the software. The first question is what it's asking us to do is what sensor. Okay. I've already told you the sensor because it was starting with LT, right? LT04, right? So the sensor, we already know that it's LT04. Okay, so we drop it down and we choose Landsat 4TM with thematic mapper. Landsat 4TM. So Landsat 4TM because already Landsat 4, right? Landsat 4TM. The Landsat sensor is Landsat 4TM. So you drop down, you select Landsat 4TM. You drop down, you select Landsat 4TM. Can we go on? You select Landsat 4TM under the Landsat 4TM. Yeah, okay. Now, the next thing to do is it says what? The acquisition month. Okay, so you go back to our WordPad. Okay, you hit Control F to find. Okay, so we are looking for the what? Acquisition date, right? So you can just type date there. Okay, you can just type date there. So the first date that you see is what? File date. This is not the date you are looking for. Okay, you are looking for the acquisition date, which is date acquired, this one. Okay, date acquired. Okay, I'm going to repeat the steps again. You go to your find tool, okay, or you can hit Control F as a shortcut. You type date at the find section there. Okay. Okay, so it gives you 4 dates. Okay, so it gives you 2 dates. One is the file date. That was the date the file was composed. We are looking for the date acquired, this one. Mind if you are using Notepad, you'll be able to find, right? So you need to scroll down to get to where you want to go. Okay. Someone asking how I open the file. Okay. I'm going to open the file again. Okay. Okay, so in my folder, okay, I right click on the one with the last name MTL. You right click on it, right? You go to open with, okay? You go to open with. You see Word there, right? If you don't see Word there, you just go to choose another app to give you Word and you select that one. So you choose Word, okay? If you have WordPad, you can choose WordPad. But Notepad, you can choose, but it doesn't give you the search option, okay? So just use Word to open it. Okay, so under Word, I know all of us are familiar with Word, right? So you just find it. So Control F gives you the find tool, right? In whether using Word or not or WordPad, the same as Control F. So you search for date. Okay. So it gives you 2 options. So you have the file date and then date acquired. We are looking for the date acquired. Okay. Okay. So the date acquired, if you remember, I told you it was 1991 0110, right? So it was 10th January 1991. 10th January 1991. So we are going back to our software. Okay, so we have that it's already in January, right? So January, okay, and then 10th. So you add 0 to it, and this thing is 1991. So you edit this to 1991. Okay, so like this. So we have January 10th, 1991. January 10th, 1991. Is anyone lost so far? Where? Where were you lost? Which one? The date. Yeah, so as I said, you need to, when you open the metadata file, you type, you just use the find tool, and then you type date. So Control F, and you type date in there. So it gives you 2 dates. Okay, it gives you 2 dates. We are looking for the date acquired, which is this one. We're looking for this. So that's where you find the date. All right, and then you input it in the software. Okay, so you see that here we have January, and then we have the day, which is the 10th, and then we have the acquisition year, which is the 1991. Okay, is everyone okay now? So can we move on? The next one is the what? The sun elevation. The sun elevation. So the same process. Okay, you sun elevation, which is just below the year, right? So you're looking for the sun elevation. So the same process. So we go back to our metadata file, and then this time we type sun. Okay, we type sun. So when you type sun, it gives you 2. You have the sun azimuth and you have the sun elevation. So you're looking for the sun elevation. Okay. Shall I repeat this step? Or we are okay? All right. So you type sun. So to the at the search button. So it gives you sun azimuth and then sun elevation. But the software is asking us for what? Sun elevation. Okay. So you highlight on the sun elevation figure, which is 44.4 and some numbers, right? Okay. You hold Control and then you hold C. You copy it. Come again. Come again. 46. If it's different, you can still select. It's fine. Okay. So you highlight it, Control and then C. Please don't right click and copy it. It will not work when you go to the software. So use Control and C to copy it. You hold Control and you tap on C after highlighting. So you highlight it like this. Okay, and then Control, you hold Control and you hold C, then you leave it. You've copied it. If you do it this way, it will not work, and you copy it, it doesn't work because the software doesn't recognize Control C, normal manual copy. Okay, so you highlight it, that's the sun elevation, Control, you hold Control and C. You've copied it, okay. Can we go on? All right, you go back to the software. Okay, you see another sun elevation, the default is what, 90, right? You highlight it. Okay, you hold Control and then you hold C. Sorry, you hold Control and then VIN. Control VIN. Control VIN. So you paste it. Control VIN. So you pasted it, right? This is quite very easy, right? So Control C and then you go to the software. You highlight this Control VIN. Okay, you paste it. Can we go on? Okay. Now it's asking you for the acquisition band. So which band were we using? Yeah, you're using band 2. So you change from 1 to 2 by dropping down the menu. You just select band 2. Can we continue? All right. So now the calibration type, you leave it at reflectance. Okay. Okay, reflectance. That is because normally the satellite uses the reflected this thing. It's used the reflected. I don't want to use a technical term. But whenever you throw a light on let's say on the wall, you see that you see white, right? If the wall is white, you see white. If the wall is yellow, you see yellow, right? So that color that you see is the reflectance, right? That color that you see is the reflectance. Okay. Okay, so for the radiance, is for when you are doing temperature analysis, it's best to select radiance because it uses radiation. Yes, everything else is for reflectance. Basically, when we are looking at temperature or thermal, it's to use radiance. But when you are looking at normal features, it's best to use reflectance. However, I can use radiance too for the normal features, but it's best to use reflectance. Okay. All right. So when you are done, we are done with it. We are done with it. When you are done, you just choose where you are supposed to save the file. Okay. So down there, you see choose, right? All right. But before you click on choose, let's create a folder so that we can save it inside. So let's go back to our normal folder. Okay. Let's just add a new folder to it. Right click and then you add a new folder to it. Just a new folder. Okay, so we are just adding a new folder. You can name it calibration. You can name it calibration. Okay. So you are creating a folder where we are going to save our file. Okay, so you can go to your file, you right click, you go to new, and then you go to folder. So it gives you a new folder. You name the folder calibration. Okay. You name the folder calibration. So that's where you're going to save our calibrated file. Okay. It's quite easy, right? All right. So now you go back to the ENVI software. Under choose, okay, you click on the choose. You navigate to where your folder is, your calibrated folder is. Okay. So mine was in here. Okay, so mine is in here, right? So you open that folder that you want to save inside. Okay, so when you open it, it's empty, right? So you type the name down here. So you can type band 2 or calibrated band 2 or B2, any of them. Okay, but anything that depicts B2 is fine. So I'm going to type cal underscore B2. Is anyone lost? Should I go back? Is anyone lost? Okay, I'm zooming it. You can type B2, cal B2, any name you want to give it is fine. But it should depict B2. Should I go back? Okay, I'm coming to do it again. All right, so when we are done filling this information, right, we need to what? We need to save our file, right? So to save it, you click on choose, right? Okay, then you can save it in any of your folders, but make sure you name it maybe band 2 or something so that you remember in the future. So I'm going to save mine in here, okay? All right, so in here, I'm going to type either cal band 2 or band 2, any of them is fine. This, okay, this, let me zoom in. This, just cal underscore band 2, or just type any name you say, but it has to be band 2 attached to it, that's what I'm saying. Can we move on? All right, so you click on open when you are done here. You click on open when you are done. So you see that the place you've designated for the file to save in will be displayed in here. Do you see that? When you're done, just click OK. Then it runs it for you. Okay, so now what do you see? What has happened to the image? Slight difference, right? Slight difference, right? Or there's a big difference? Still dark, right? Yeah, but there's some change, right? Okay, so now you've successfully removed the errors from the image. Okay, but it's still in black and white. It's still in black and white, right? Don't worry. we'll take it step by step to get to when it becomes colored. Okay. So now you are experts in calibration, right? So you can do band 4. Do band 4 by yourself. Do band 4 by yourself. So I'll give you like 10 minutes, or let's say 5 minutes to do band 4. Or is it 10? Yeah, 10 minutes, yeah. So do band 4. Do band 4. Yeah. Do band 4. All right, so now if you want to delete these files, if you want to delete these files, okay, you see that there's a 2 just beside the yellow icon. Okay, there's a 2 just beside the yellow icon at your top left corner, right? Okay, the 2 name is data manager, these 2. Okay, data manager. Okay, you click on it. Okay, so this window appears to you like this, right? You can see that all the files you've loaded there. So this means delete one, this means delete all. Okay, so you can delete all. You can delete all. So I'm deleting all. So it will remove all the files you've loaded in there. Okay, so you have a blank sheet now to start the band 4. Okay. Yeah, you can do the band 4. Okay, so I'm doing it with you. I'm just not going to talk. Okay. So I'm doing band 4. That's the one with the B4. So do band 4 and band 7. Band 4 and band 7. So we'll do. So we are doing the one which ends with B4. When you are done, you do the one which ends with B7. Okay. Yeah. The next one is to do for band 4. The same thing for band 4, yeah. Yeah, William. Come again. Yeah, they are using the same metadata. The same metadata. So do band 4 first. When you're done, you do band 7. After that, we'll do the color one, then we'll close. The one that you see the colors. So I'm doing it with you. So let's say 10 minutes. Come again. From the folder that you extracted. Yeah, this one is before. So the folder that you extracted in, they are all inside. The one with the B4. The last name is B4. So you do B4 and you do B7. So you apply the same process, the same thing. Or should you do the B4 together, then you do the B7. You do the B4 together, then you do the B7. Or you can do the B4 by yourself. Okay, majority carries the vote. They say you can do it, so you can do it. So do the B4 and B7. Okay. Same thing. Same, yeah, same process. Okay. Okay. Yeah. The one with the MTL, last name MTL. This one there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the same. Yeah. So just that you change the name. So, all of them, yeah. All. Yeah, the same date. Yeah, so is this the metadata is the same date, okay? So we do B7. Yeah. So the same month, the same day, everything is the same, apart from the band number. Okay. Please remember to change the band number. Okay. Remember to change the band number. Okay. If it's 4, 4. Okay. If it's 7, 7. Yeah. Double click. Select. Select. Yeah. Yeah, just click once, then click OK. Okay, so 2 minutes more. Is it? The best in there. Oh, you see 5.3. Oh. And then we be as we be as metadata file. No be at fire automatic correction. Need different. The same for a different different. Our 5.0 also, Anna. Oh, sure. I'm mafia. I don't know. I don't know. It's spectral one thing. I know called open as no. It's with the metadata navy. Ever. Yeah, we need different characters. Are we done? Are we done? Are we done? Okay, so let's continue. So now you are experts in calibration. The next one. So now you've completed the next the first process, which is calibration. After calibration, you move on to what we call layer stacking. Okay, so layer stacking basically is when you are going to combine the bands so that each of them will bring their colors, so that you see that this is vegetation, this is water, this is built up. Okay, so the next one is called layer stacking. Okay, so which is the process of combining or fusing the bands together to bring out their colors. Okay, so if on the satellite image, if you see green, it represents vegetation and stuff. But however, there are different types of band combinations, okay? So you see we calibrated band 2, we calibrated band 4, and band 7. Combining this will give you a different color from combining 3, 2, and 1, okay? So there's a website, okay, in Google that gives you each and every band combination, what it means, okay? So if you go to Google, please, are you following? If you go to Google, okay, if you go to Google, let's go to Google. If you go to Google, you type band combination PDX, okay, band combination PDX. Band combination PDX. Band combination PDX. Band combination PDX, like this. So as you are typing, you see nowadays, most of the images has been calibrated already. They've done all those things. So you just have to go and you download, right? But this course basically shows you what happens when they acquire the image. So when you go and see images from, let's say, CDS Copernicus, you see that everything has been classified already for you to use. It went through all these processes before it got there. Okay, so this is just a fundamental way of showing you how to do it. Okay, so when you type band combination PDX, you hit on enter. Band combination PDX. Band combination PDX. Are you there? Okay, so, oh, hold on, let me just go back. So you click on the first one, which is band combination PDF. Yeah, you click on the first option. So it gives you a PDF something, right? So you click on it and then you open it. Are we all there? Are we all there? All right, so it opens this PDF for you, right? You just have to scroll down till you see potential information content. Potential information content. Okay, when you scroll down. All right. So those who remember our colors from elementary class, we have RGBs, right? In red, green, and blue. Okay, so these bands. So band 1 represents mostly is it blue? Yeah, I think band 1 is blue, band 2 green, and band 3 red. Okay. So these are the band combination. Okay, and this gives information about where it is best applied. Okay, if you are doing urban studies, there's a band combination you have to do. If you are doing forestry, there's a band combination you have to do. Okay, that's to go with. You remember this? I made you calibrate this one, right? Okay, and it gives you what and like what color represents what. Okay, so if for instance you pick maybe 451, vegetation might appear as red, right? But here we are choosing 742, which vegetation will appear as what, green. Okay, 321 is the one that Google Earth Pro or Google Earth Engine has been using. Okay, the 321 combination, where you see like features like how it is on the Earth, right? All right, so this basically gives you information about each and every band combination and what they are used for. Okay, some are best for maybe urbanization, some are best for other stuff, right? Forestry and stuff. So this is just the information about each and every band. But we are not going to read through them because we don't have time. Okay, you can just read through them your own distant time. All right, now let's do the 742. Okay, so we've calibrated 2, 4, and then 7, right? Let's go back to our software. Okay, so we are going to clear everything here since we are done here. So we are going to clear everything. So if you want to clear everything, as I said earlier, the icon just beside the yellow folder there at the top left corner. Okay, it's called Data Manager. You click on it. Okay, you click on it. Okay, so we have the 1 wrong and then the 2 wrongs. You click on the 2 wrongs, this one, to remove everything there. Okay, you click on that one to remove everything there. Okay, so now you are going to bring all the 3 calibrated files in here. Okay, so as you are already good in opening file, just click on open. You go to your calibration folder, the new folder, the calibration folder. Please remember your calibration folder, the new folder. Okay. You select calibrated band 2, you hold the control 4 and then 7 like this. So you hold the control. If you feel you can't do it, just do it one by one, it's fine. Okay. But we are doing it at once. Okay. So calibrated band 2, all 3. You can select at once or you can do it one by one, it's fine. Okay, so the calibrated band 2, the calibrated band 4, okay, the calibrated band 2, the calibrated band 4, and then the calibrated band 7. Can we continue? Can we continue? No, it depends on where you saved it. You have to go to where you saved it. Yeah, so just open it. How is it empty? But maybe you save it in a different file, so I need to look for it. Okay, now let's move on. So when you are done, just click on open. So it loads all the 3 in here. Okay. So open and zoom to full extent, normal, this one. So now you can see that in our layer manager, we have band 7, band 4, and then band 2, all at once. If you can't do, just do it one by one, it's fine. Okay. Can we continue? All right. So the next thing is to, as I said, do the layer stacking, okay? You fuse the bands together so that you see their colors. And when you are fusing the bands together, you have to arrange them well, okay? So it says, if you look at the PDF, it says what, 742 in here. Let me So it says 742, right? So you need to arrange it band 7 first, band 4 second, band 2. Okay. So that's what you are going to do. All right. So under the radiometric correction, you see what we call raster management, right? You see it, raster management, just below the radiometric correction. Raster management folder, just below the radiometric correction. If you've expanded it, you can just close it, like expand it and contract it. Okay, just below it, you see raster management. You see raster management, right? You expand that raster management. Okay, I'm doing it again. You see, normally this one is expanded. You contract it, okay? Just below it, you see raster management. You expand that one like this. Expand it. You expand it. So just below the radiometric correction, there's raster management. You just expand it. Okay. Then you go to the L column. You see what? Layer stacking there, right? This one. Layer stacking there. Do you see it? Do you see layer stacking? Okay, you double click on it. I'm starting again. First, you need to load all these files by clicking on the open file. You go to where your file has been stored. You select all of them by holding the control. You bring them in the ArcGIS by clicking open. Once they are in, under the radiometric correction, which is this one, the one I just did the calibration on. Okay, you just have to contract it. And right, you see what raster management there. You expand that one. Okay. You go to the L column. You see layer stacking there, right? Then you double click. You double click. So it opens this dialog window for you. This one. It opens this for you. Should I repeat it or we are okay? Should I repeat it or we are okay? I should go. Yeah. What? No, just open this one like this. Yeah. All right. Now, so the layer stacking dialog window is asking you to basically perform the layer stacking process. Before you do that, you need to bring the files in here. Okay, you can see that here is blank. Okay, so you can see under it, you see import files. Click on that. Import files. Click on import file. You see that it displays all the three, right? All right, so you are going to copy all of them. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So import files, and then you copy all of them like this. Like this. So you can see you highlight all of them. Okay. Okay, just click and drag down to highlight all of them, or control, you click one, click one, click one. Should I continue? Should I continue? All right. When you are done, you select OK. So it brings them there, right? It brings them there. It brings them there. You see that it's arranged 247, right? But the band says it should be 742, right? The combination. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is to reorder them. So the next one is what? Reorder. So you reorder them. Okay, so click on reordering or reorder files. So you are going to click on reorder files. Okay. So you can see that 1 is 2, right? 2 is 4, and then 7. But we want 7 to be 1, 4 to be 2, and then 2 should be 1 because it's 742, not 247. Okay. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to hold and drag 7 to the top. Okay. So you hold it like this. You hold it and you drag it. When you get to the top, you leave it. I'm doing it again. You hold it, you click hold, you bring it up, you leave it. So you can see that once you leave it, 7 becomes 1, right? 7 becomes 1. You click, you hold, you bring it, you leave it. 7 becomes 1, right? Now 2 has become 2. We don't want it to be there. We want it to be there, right? So you click this one, you hold it. Okay. Yeah, so you click it, you hold. Come again. Yeah. All right, so as I said earlier, you are going to click on layer stacking. You bring in, you click on import files, you bring this ones here, you click reorder, and it comes. Okay, you click on 7, you hold, you drag it to the top, you leave it. Okay, you click on 4, you hold, you drag it to the top, you leave it. Okay. You click, you hold, you drag it, you leave it. Okay. So we have what, 7, 4, 2. This is what we wanted. Is anyone lost so far? Is anyone lost so far? It's simple, right? Click, hold, drag it to the top. Click, hold, drag it to the second. If you are using the laptop mouse, it's quite difficult, but I just have to manage and do it. But if you are using a normal mouse, it's just easy. Can we go? Can we go on? Can we go on? All right. So when you are done, you click on OK. Okay, you click on OK, and now you choose where to save it under here. Okay, so under here you choose where to save it. You can see the choose sign there, or the choose button there. You click on choose. Now we are going to create a folder for it as well. So let's create a folder for it. So here I'm going to create a new folder, and then we'll name it layer stacking. Layer stacking. So we've created a layer stacking folder here. Okay, so you open that folder, and then you can name it stack 742 like this. You can name it stack 742 like this. Okay. Stack 742. Can we go on? I think our time is up. Yeah, we'll do this and then we just end it here. Can we go on? All right. So when you are done, you just click open and then you click OK. So it's going to fuse the bands together, and when it's done, it's going to give you the colors of the bands when it's done. Something like this. So this is how we do layer stacking. So easily you can see that they are forest, but yeah. I'm going too fast. Really? Okay, I'm going through it again, but I'm going to be a bit fast because the time is up. All right, so I'm repeating the steps again. All right. So I'm bringing the files in there. So band 2, band 4, band 7. Okay, you click on open. You zoom to full extent. Under volumetric correction, okay, you expand raster management just under automatic correction. You expand raster management. Raster management, just below volumetric correction. Under raster management, you will see layer stacking. Layer stacking. You open it. Yeah. Come again. So you do 7. Yeah. You open it, and then you import. You go to import files. You select all of these. You click OK. Okay, so now we need to rearrange them to 742 because it's 247, right? You click on reorder files, and you see that band 2, band 4, and band 7. Okay, you want to rearrange it. You click, you hold, you drag it up, you leave it. Okay, you go to 4, you click, you hold, you drag it up, you leave it. Okay, so you have 7, 4, and then 2. You click OK. When you are done, you click choose to save it. So you are done arranging in 742. You click choose. You navigate to your folder. You create a folder, you name it layer stacking. You open it, and then you save it as stack 742. But I'm going to add an _1 because there's only another 742. So you name it stack 742. You click on open. So it gives you your destination file. And then when you are done, you just click on open. So it fuses the bands together. 742. So you have this. You have this. So now you can see the colors and everything. You can see the colors and everything. So tomorrow we are going to continue from here, where we are going to do the subsets. So now from there you extract your region of interest, your study area from it, and then we move on to classification. Is there any question? Any questions so far? How to save it? You've already saved it because, yeah, you can just close it. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll continue from here.